Hey everybody, welcome back to Three Swords Productions. Today it's Zoro versus Sanji. So much Sanji content this week, but let's go. If you're new to the channel, I'm Steven. This is Nathan. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Alrighty. Yeah, so we talked about this a couple times, but this Sanji list is the list you've been working on most recently. Less top end, more counter power.
Yeah, with all this Sanji content, I will definitely get a new Sanji deck profile posted this week. So
Okay,
you
cool.
guys will be able to see that. Check the description of the video for that deck link.
And then is this typical Zoro build from Alex here?
Well, what's atypical is when you sit down across from your Zoro opponent and they're wearing a Zoro shirt, you know you're in for it.
It's
So,
true.
yeah, spoiler alert for the ending to the video.
Yeah. All right. So we see our shuffle up and ready to goes here. What are we looking for in the opening hand? Just the usual.
Zoro's probably looking for cards like Nico Robin or Vista if they're playing those.
I would agree.
Definitely looking for the Namis. Definitely looking for any searchers they can get just to apply pressure to the board, and then be able to maintain that steam as they go. On Sanji's side, I mean, you're always looking for kind of the same thing. Early aggression with some Punk Gibsons, Love Beams early are going to really help you out. But that's even Overheat in this matchup can actually pull some work. So we're definitely going to be looking for those kinds of cards.
All right. Looks like we're ready to go with Zoro going first, and we can expect probably, yep, a Nami makes
Yeah.
sense here.
Got the turn one Nami, very powerful. Let's see what he adds here. Oh, looking at Rush
Zoro?
Zoro. Definitely
Yeah.
Rush Zoro is the key
You're
to
wearing the
this
shirt, you
matchup.
have to add it to your hand, I think. It's literally required.
Zoro is the key to this matchup because you are going to be able to attack your opponent. And there, if this matchup, if it plays out like other Sanji matchups, they're not going to want to swing on your board. So you're actually going to get multiple attacks out of your rushers. Like pretty good.
All right, coming across for 5.
Page out of my book. Just attack for 5.
Yeah.
And I'm going to counter out with one of my more expensive characters.
It is a Gecko Moria, though.
Holding 2 of them, though.
Okay. That would make
And
more
I don't
sense.
think we want to commit more than 1 to the board.
No, I would
We are
agree.
holding Draco Mihawk also. Now, you notice my start was a little bit lighter, only 1 2-drop.
I assumed you mulliganed away the first hand, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Adding Sunny to hand.
Sunny being a really powerful attacker here.
Yep.
Now, his character is actually contesting my smaller guys like pretty well. His leader is going to give them all 1,000 power, and that's going to make his Sunny-kun a 4K. His Namis are going to be 3K, so they're not quite strong enough to contest my 4Ks, but the Sunny-kun will attack it very nicely. Now, that being said, on my turn, my Jinbei will attack his Sunny-kun very well.
Yeah. And it definitely, he did seem afraid to commit a Makino to...
And an early jet pistol on my already slower start, that's going to be brutal.
Oh, boy.
Now, here I have a 3-drop.
Usopp, okay.
And I'm going to be able to play also a Weevil, so that's going to be
a nice way to claw back into the
Now, I do have the option of holding the Weevil in hand and instead playing 3 Swords Onigiri on my follow-up. And that would also put the Weevil into play, but it would lose me the Onigiri. So I think I decided to just play the character onto the board instead.
I think you're probably going to find a spot later in the game to play that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of mid-game, Zoro likes to attack with a bunch of 5Ks specifically.
Well, I think he always is going to be attacking for 5Ks. So the 3-sword style Onigiri is actually, significantly weaker in this matchup, as he isn't going to be really attacking me for a lot.
I think that opportunity, if one were to arise, would be later in the game when he has played most of the stuff from his hand. You've dealt with that, and now he's just trying to end the game
with huge attacks,
with large attacks,
like his leader with a lot of Dawn. Okay, and so Sanji attacks the Sunny-kun for the guaranteed kill. Weevil's going to swing evenly, and Zoro goes down. Okay, so my board is actually, board's established. I have 2 life left. He is going, he's down to 5 or 6 cards there.
This isn't looking too bad. You got him down to 3 life. Yeah. Very important.
Very stable
early here, and his board's not too terrorizing at this point. So,
a few Namis, which, as you know, those are actually, they're so misleading.
Yeah.
You play them early, you get the card you want, and then they just sit there. And they're great Magra targets, great Makino targets. It's going to feel really good.
And I think I see a couple Makinos in hand there, so
Yeah. Oh, he's going to be playing them on the board. So swing at me for 6. And that's a really, really good number. Swinging for 6 means I have to either lose 2 cards or spend my event, which I do not want to do. So another attack for 6.
looks like you're considering the Punk Gibson. Yeah, and we are.
Gibson
Tapped on the
tap down
last
the
option.
Nami. Now that is a Punk Gibson play. Tap down Nami. And I feel good about it too. Okay, and we're going to swing me one more time for 6. I don't really want to take that life, but I also don't want to lose 2 cards. Okay, and Gordon, and so now we're kind of in the zone where we need to either kill him or we lose the game, because we're not going to have enough.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to have enough cards in our hand to really protect ourselves from that 15k attack.
With 4 cards in hand, it's going to be a little difficult.
So we do have 3 swords, so we are going to clean up the board. And he gave us the Zoro, so we know that the rest are mine. So we're going to take that, and we're going to try and win the game on the following turn. A little bit dicey, but let's
Probably
see
have
how.
to commit at least 1 or so more
Looks like we
attacks to the board.
actually one event here. Pretty scary.
Yeah, the downside of having to commit another character to the board here is that you wouldn't get the Sanji ability to
Right.
untap the thing. So it is actually costing you Dawn to have to
But
play something
we
else.
know, we're aware that we only have one event in our hand, so the Dawn doesn't matter the most.
Sure.
So we are playing that, and then the 3 sword style could put another one in depending on how the opponent attacks us.
Yep. Gotta kind of hope here, I think, a little bit for...
But our board is looking real good. We just have to not die. Otherwise, we're looking great. Okay. So Zoro's staring down a lot of 5k bodies on the table. They have a couple of options, but I think the best looking option is just to go straight to the face.
Yeah, at some point you're going to have to pressure them for the cards anyways, and that's
we go
exactly what happens
16.
here. 3 sword style. Up to 11.
Okay, we're going 15 across, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And he is actually at 14, not 15.
Oh, true, yeah. Okay, still 1 Dawn back. All right.
Yep.
Yep,
Which
so
I would have done that math before I played the Zoro, so
that's fair.
correct.
All right, well,
I lost track a little bit of where we were.
you got 1
Okay.
card in hand. You're not getting out of the next attack, so now's the time to pressure your
Now we
opponent to see
have
what they
to
can
go
do.
face. Now this is kind of mean because I have 5 attacks and 4 of them have to get through, so kind of rough looking.
Yeah, so what's the number?
I definitely think I can just straight up tell you last turn clearing all of those cards was just a mistake. I should have cleaned up, one of them or 2 and left him with 1 or 2 characters, and I should have swung and put him at either 2 or 1. I think that would have guaranteed the win here.
Yeah, we already see that the Namis didn't matter because he didn't attack with the Gordon, so there was no need for that. He's already attaching all of the Dawn to the leader.
Well, my hand was very weak, and I knew that I could get out of what he had if I, he only had the 1 attacker, but beyond that, it was a little rough. He got out of 2 attacks, so that's the game.
That is it.
Unfortunately, he had a lot of 2Ks in his hand, so we didn't even have to go to his life. But yeah, I think that was a very good example of why you don't want to like thirst the board. Usually, I'm better about that, but the Zoro was actually kind of scaring me with all the Makinos he was throwing out.
And that's fair. You lost life pretty quickly in that game.
I did. I think that I could have tightened that up quite a bit. If you're on my side of the table, then you don't let yourself go down to 0. You actually need a buffer zone, especially when they can go large, like 15k leader swings. I would not have had to do any of that math at all if I just left myself with 1 life instead of 0. So yeah, I would say I think my deck was quite impressive there, and I kind of punted. But Zoro is really that deck that keeps the gameplay so tight that it doesn't really give you the wiggle room to misplay. Like it's a fierce deck, and certainly the Zoro shirt adds a level of competitiveness to that deck that I was not prepared for.
Yeah, it brought a lot of power.
Yeah,
specifically 1,000 power to everything.
The shirt actually meant that you didn't have to equip the Dawn or for the leader ability. All right, guys, that's it for this video. If you want more Sanji content or more wisdom, check out the playlist on the screen right now. If you're not subscribed, please do so. And if you like the video, press like. We'll see you in the next one.